All right, guys, I'm back. It's Wednesday, May 28th. I got my hot batter matchups coming up, and there you go. Look at the screen. It'll look a little different. Yeah, it does, because sometimes you got to change it up a little bit. There's the old acronym called KISS, or KISS. Not a French kiss. Get your tongue out of there, okay? The acronym KISS, which stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid. Sometimes you just got to do that, okay? So on the screen right here, you could see in the last 10 days the hottest batters. Anybody that is hitting at least 400 or higher, okay? The hot of the hot. And then you can see I also have listed on the far right the pitcher that they're going up against and their batting average this year versus the handedness of the batter. Okay, so you can see we have 7 players: Tovar, O'Hearn, Pasquantino, Suzuki, Bellinger, Duran, and Jacob Wilson. So you can see right here, we're going to eliminate O'Hearn, Pasquantino, and Duran because you can see the matchup versus the pitcher. The pitcher commands his pitches very well, giving up a 200, around 200, if not lower, batting average against. We're not going to bet in that situation. We're looking for these hot batters versus pitchers who are not very good at commanding their pitches with a bad batting average. So you can see what's left. Let's get rid of the red ones here. And you got 4 players left. I mean, I could have expanded this out more, but I just, I love the names I see right here. So you got Tovar, like I said, on fire, a 471 batting average. Basically every other at bat, he's getting a hit. Okay. Last 10 games. Love it. Hot. Okay. Taking on Matthew Boyd, who's giving up a 279 batting average to right-handed pitchers on the season. So I'm loving that. Seiya Suzuki, a 412 batting average, taking on Gordon, who is giving up a 429 batting average to right-handed pitchers. I love this right here. You got Suzuki, hot. Gordon, not. I mean, this is great. This is great right here. I love it. So we're going to look to target these players, okay, for various, props. But before we get into that, let me just finish. Cody Bellinger, a 400 batting average, taking on Kikuchi, giving up a 313 batting average against the left-handed batters. And then Jacob Wilson versus McCullers Jr., a 375 batting average given up to right-handed batters. Like I said, these are the 4 right here are the hottest of the hot in the last 10 games, okay? Taking on a pitcher that's, just what we're looking for, right? So how do we want to use these players? Well, when the odds come out, I'll use Outlier to identify, some fairly priced props that, just quickly looking at Suzuki, 9 runs in the last 9 days. Okay, I had to look. Maybe he got like 5 in one day, but just say he's averaging around a run a game. That's something I would look to target, as long as the odds are reasonable. We're not going to be playing no minus 200 or something like that, but I'm going to identify and put in the pinned comments exactly how I think we could play these, but just generically looking right off the top right here, Suzuki, Bellinger, based on the fact that they both have 12 and 11 RBIs, basically averaging more than 1 RBI. Just say they get 1 a game on average. You got the runs there. Hits, runs, RBIs. Just like looking to target that. Now maybe Jacob Wilson just to record a hit. Maybe Tovar, same kind of situation. We'll see. So maybe a parlay with some, and then some standalone props with Suzuki and Bellinger. Like I said, I'll put in the pinned comments what I'm doing. Now, before we get to the next thing I want to talk about, if you could be so kind, just to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and put a W in the comments section. Help out with the algorithm, baby. It'd be greatly appreciated. And also, if you want to join a Discord, specifically a free Discord with a bunch of cool people in there talking a bunch of sports, just sharing ideas and trying to help one another be more successful and ultimately win some money. Like I said, a free Discord in the comments or in the description of this video. So there you go. All right, before we get to the next slide here, I know this looks a little boring. It's not as flashy as before, but the bottom line is this is kind of like a prototype of how I want to kind of proceed going forward. I can make it look a lot more pretty, but the bottom line is we want to win. That's number one. Okay, so here we go. Changing this up a little bit. We'll see how we like this, okay? So instead of the hot batter versus pitcher matchups, here are the hitting streaks. All the players that are currently on a hitting streak. And you see Jose Ramirez, a 19-game hitting streak. It's unbelievable. You can see how many at-bats and runs and hits he's got during this 19-game streak. And you could see the rest of them on the screen. But there's a bunch of players that are pretty hot right now. And sometimes they just don't show up the way I was doing it before. When you look at the pitcher's pitch level data, when you're going line by line, like you're an accountant or something, you're line iteming every single pitch, and if they're going to be giving up, or this is a batter going to be able to hit good. Sometimes that's too micromanaging. So we'll try this. And here's some more right here. I mean, you really think about it, you never know who's really hot, or at least on a high hitting streak. I mean, these don't even include players that maybe have hit 20 of 21 games. They just can't be on the list because they just, maybe 4 games ago or what have you, didn't hit, but essentially are just as hot. So here's some to look into further. Like I said, this is just me trying to do something different, and I could add more things in. So if this is kind of a little bit lackluster in terms of, you might be well, I'd like to know what these batters, what they've done against the pitcher they're going to be facing. I get it. Okay. So just wanted to try something different here to shake it up. Doing this was a breath of fresh air for me, because it was getting a little stale doing what we were doing before. Not to say that we're not going to incorporate some of that stuff, okay, in, but we're going to figure this out in terms of how I want to present this. But this is a way, I believe, where I could capture many more opportunities and bring it forward, like I said, without micromanaging and trying to, this one, I don't know about that, this pitcher, this, you know what I mean? Which worked tremendously for the 2 years prior to this year, okay? But sometimes you got to change things up a little bit. You can't be stale. You got to change things up, and sometimes you can become even better. And I think we're going to become even better by introducing things like this and incorporating some of the things in the past to ultimately make it the best possible scenario. Ultimately, we want to win, and we want an abundance of opportunities to win. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to bring forward here. That's about it. A short video today, just because I'm just trying to figure out how we want to proceed going forward. So, there you go. I just want to say, absolutely love every single one of you guys, man. You guys are the friggin' best, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.